Remember, Red, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies, says Andy Dufresne. Good afternoon, fellow Stephen King enthusiasts. My name is Jill Grabham. Today, I'm here to present the evidence that shows without doubt that the film The Shawshank Redemption is far more impressive than its novella equivalent, Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption by Stephen King. Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption is a popular novella by Stephen King, from his #1 national best-selling 1982 collection Different Seasons. King's popular novella was later molded for a movie in 1994, directed by Frank Darabont. The film was titled The Shawshank Redemption. It stars the talented Morgan Freeman as Red and Tim Robbins as Andy. The film had 7 nominations for Academy Awards, a truly remarkable achievement, showing the success with which it was received. Both storylines start with the successful banker Andy Dufresne as an inmate at the oppressive Shawshank prison, convicted and sentenced for a crime he didn't commit, the murder of his wife and her lover. Andy is sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences. He is befriended in Shawshank by contraband smuggler Red. The telling of the story differs between the film and the novella, much in the same way as a rough sketch differs from a Renaissance masterpiece. I am confident that you will agree with me that the film is a superior choice over its novella equivalent. It captures the audience's attention with its greater depth and complexity, making it tell a fuller story that you will always remember. Another major plus for the movie is the addition of superb audio cutting. It stimulates and complements the storytelling. It adds depth and stimulates your imagination, complementing the viewing experience. Audio in the film has the ability to manipulate the mood of the audience and set the tone for the movie as it progresses. For example, when we witness the brutality that is inflicted upon Andy by the sisters, the camera pans away from the focus point and we hear the vicious attack. Thumps, scrapes, groans, and some identifiable sounds mixed with dark intones of the music score. Those sounds awaken our imagination as we create a darker image than what is portrayed in the book. They bent him over a gearbox and one of them held a Phillips screwdriver to his head, page 28. There is nothing more frightening than a bump in the night, and your imagination runs wild as your fear is unleashed. It is easy to see how this audio stimulant calls forth a gut-wrenching feeling that will captivate a room and add complexity to the storytelling. Visually, the Oscar-winning actors Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins brought intricacy to King's original characters, Red and Andy. Their acting brought the characters' array of emotions to life when they are faced with challenging situations. We see the straightforwardness and loyalty of Red, and the humility and determination of Andy, an outpouring of the character within. These attributes are displayed throughout the film, notably in a climactic part of the storyline, when we see Andy's shock reaction to the warden's spiteful action of killing the only man that could prove his innocence, effectively killing Andy's chance of freedom. However, he didn't let this extinguish his hope, rather the opposite. It was that quintessential stuff you moment. It turned Andy's straightforward escape to an act of revenge and justice that we, as audience members, get to be a part of. These additional visual stimulus adds a level of complexity that is unattainable on a flat written text. The visuals from camera and lighting on the scenery has its own impact. We see at the beginning of the film as we encounter Shawshank for the first time and encounter the menacing dark prison for what it is, bleak, colorless, and unbreakable. A world of uncaring harshness that convinces the viewer that to be at Shawshank was to be in a level of hell itself. Through the impressive cinematography, the darkness of the prison is transferred to a feeling of trepidation in the audience. The audience is left with a taste and smell of the place, a highly physical and emotional experience. Stephen King is a world-class author. Of that, there is no doubt. The movie is better than the novella because it stood on the shoulders of King's work and dared to go further, having the tools to make a better story with sight and sound. The movie expanded on the bare bones of the novella because it had the space to do so, and gave it some twists that Stephen King would no doubt have done if he had intended Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption to be a standalone novel.